You didn't spend all those hours producing, writing, mixing, and obsessing over your music to put a link on the internet and just hope that people hear it. You're not just another artist dropping a link. You're creating a human-to-human connection, and you're creating a world for people to step into. And I created a tool that will help you do it right. The truth is that most artists fall apart after the song is released. They release a project with no rollout, no visuals, no real strategy, and then they put a link in their Instagram story that says "song out now." And it's not because your music isn't good, it's just because you're not taking the right steps to release it properly. I myself am a music producer and creative director, and I've helped friends, artists, collaborators, and others put their projects out into the world in a way that feels professional, creative, and also true to their artistry. This isn't an idea or a theory, it's just what works. And I've created a system to help you do it too. This is the Music Release Manifesto. It's a free PDF that walks you through step by step how to release your project like a pro. From your audio files, to your visuals, to your bio, and the overall feel of your release, it's all in here for you to organize and fill out so you can release music properly. So let me show you how to access the PDF, how to fill it out, and how to optimize your release. Let's go. Okay, so after you click the link, it will bring you to this page on Gumroad. All you have to do here is enter 0 and say, I want this. It'll bring you to this page. You just don't add a tip unless you want to add a tip. Your email will be here. You just say get. You're gonna have to verify, and then it will send you an email, or you can just read the PDF from here and click this button right here. This will bring you to the template page. It's in Canva. If you don't have a Canva, I highly suggest creating an account. Obviously, you need an account to use this. And you just have to say edit template right here. And boom, you're in the template right here. So you can delete this and replace with your project title right here, right? So I'll create Super Tight, right? Artist name is Super Tight Woody, and you can delete this, right? And you can customize this however you want. If you want to use your logo or a font or whatever you want to, you can simply just go to the options up there. Next here, it is the creative brand setup. All you have to do is double click in these boxes. It'll fill it out. And this is really just to define what your project is about, give some keywords, and optimize for both your fans and your audience, but also just like how you want to release the project, how you feel about it, the message that you want to convey. So choose 3 words to define your release. So if this was a song about a breakup, for example, I would say sad, breakup, moody, and whatever else I wanted to put in there, right? Write 2 to 3 short sentences about yourself. This is very important, just for doing press releases or just the general communication about who you are as an artist. So I would say I'm a music producer and creative content maker. I make hip hop and pop music and love helping musicians release their music. This would be more of like a short bio, if you will, and then write 1 paragraph about the project or the song. So if this song was about a breakup, I would say this song title here is about when I broke up with my girlfriend and was sad and saw an ice cream cone and it reminded me of her. That's how the song Ice Cream came to be. It just gives it a little bit more of a personal touch and that human connection that we're talking about when you're releasing the song. It's not just like, I made a song and it's sad. It's like, no, this is what it's about. I did this thing, and people can relate to what you're saying and what the song is actually about. So next up, we have the audio assets. So when you finish your project, you need to be sure to get these assets in a folder somewhere, because you never know what's going to happen with your song, right? You could get licensing opportunities or sync opportunities. You could need a clean version. And so I highly recommend getting the WAV and MP3 files, right, of the final song. And then you need the instrumental and you need the clean version if those are applicable. Obviously, if it's an instrumental already, then you don't need to do that. If there's no curse words, then you don't need a clean version. And also you need the stems of the song. These are the individual tracks, the kick, the snare, the vocal, the backing vocal, the bass guitar, all separated into separate tracks that span the whole track. You want the individual stems because you never know what's going to happen with a track, right? With a song that you produced or even an instrumental or a beat. You never know what's going to happen. This has happened to me before where somebody wanted to use my track for a licensing opportunity, and I went to open the old session and it was like Ableton 8 or something from 3 years ago. None of the plugins worked. It didn't open properly. So I had to go in and reconstruct the whole track, find these old plugins, low key, like I've had to download Logic Pro because I could not find the stems. So just make sure you print the stems, print all these audio assets, put it in a folder, put it away somewhere in a library where you know where you can access them. That's very important. The visual aesthetic, copying, pasting inspirational images into these placeholders right here. This will be your aesthetic for your release. It'll be kind of a mood board. If I go to Pinterest, for example, if I type in sad man, right? So I could take this as an inspiration, copy it, paste it in here. And all you have to do is drag this into one of these circles. It'll automatically crop it. So do this a number of times. This is kind of cool. Paste, boom. You know, so maybe we're going for like this kind of aesthetic where you're just moody, you know? And then we could also do like rain in a city, right? So you're thinking about the mood you're in, and then we'll do like an ice cream cone. And, you know, maybe that's a really good inspiration for this ice cream song, right? So do this, fill this whole thing out, and it'll help you assemble your visual assets for your release. That brings us into the next page. Your cover artwork. Use the images from the previous slide as inspiration to create your artwork. This needs to be 3000 by 3000 pixels. This is sized accordingly. In the next slide, you just drop in your cover here, and it's the size that you need it. But essentially, you can go to Midjourney, ChatGPT, any sort of generator for images. You can also find stock images on like Unsplash and other websites. It's easy to find. Or you can create your own from these inspirations. And then you just need to drop in your cover art here and delete these two things. This is your cover art. Setting your release date, you need to allocate 3 to 4 weeks before you put your song or project out. This gives streaming services and yourself time to process the release. You can maybe get on playlists, but I think this is a good time period because it allows you to create your world and the communication that we were talking about, content, all that stuff, it leaves adequate time for you to plan. So look on your calendar, literally. Let's say we want to release it on August 6th, right? You would just go in here and you would go 08, 06, 25. And that does it, right? This is hard for people to nail down. It's easy when you're looking at this, but it's hard to really just be like, oh man, when is my project coming out? This makes it really easy. It sets it in stone. One thing you need to do is take your project, your song, your album, whatever it is, your artwork that we created in the previous slide, and upload the music to the streaming services, right? Because they need to process it and get it ready for Spotify. This will be not public yet when you set your release date to the future, but upload your release and then you can move on to the next slide. Okay, prepping for the release. Now that you have your song, your audio assets, your cover art uploaded for the release, let's prepare the assets that you're going to need to release the project, right? Because there's more than just the song and the cover art. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a new profile picture for social media and all your artist pages. This should be, you can use 1080 by 1080, ideally. This can go to Instagram, TikTok, X, SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Music, etc. And I feel that when you're doing a new release, changing your profile picture can grab some eyeballs, and it also just makes it a cohesive thing, like cohesive aesthetic across all these different mediums. This includes a new banner for Spotify. I had included a link here that gives the specific size and all that kind of stuff. There's a banner on X, I believe SoundCloud. So you need banners for all your social media as well. And you need to do promo photos for the week of release. So you can do a photo shoot. You can have people take pictures of you. You can use AI to generate, which I will talk about in another video. Just using the visual vibe that we put together and creating visual assets to promote your song, so it's more than just a link or your album cover. Promo videos for the release week are very important. You should make a Spotify canvas, which is just a vertical video. The specifics are here in this link. It's a vertical video that's 3 to 8 seconds long that just loops on Spotify when people are listening to the track or the album. You should record videos for social media, generate images and videos with AI if you want to, whatever works for you. But you should be creating assets and preparing and scheduling out things for this release. And it starts with the release day or like a few days before, teasing the release for like a day. Then you should have like 2 weeks at least of runway to just let people know about the song, do performances and do things on the internet, right? Write scripts, marketing ideas for content. It sounds like you're an influencer because you are. You just happen to make music. That's how shit is these days. So you can perform your song, create funny skits, use hooks and trending topics to market your release on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. Create long form videos on YouTube, like a music video or talking to the camera about your release. You can really do anything, but you should do something and as much as you can and whatever you're comfortable with. Next up, we have the content and schedule. Use the ideas from the previous page, have fun, and don't feel the pressure to be perfect. I mean, you don't need to produce a whole video. You can get on Instagram stories and just say, hey, my new release is out, or do a little performance, or if you're by the ocean or you're in the woods, just play your song and film you walking on the beach. It doesn't matter, whatever it is to grab attention. You should also be crafting an email to send out at the very least to friends and families and people that you know about this release. If you have a mailing list, that's a cherry on top of the ice cream from the breakup song. But ideally you send this out to at least your friends and family and one email just announcing the release. You'd be surprised on how many people would want to support you and would want to check out your music, but just don't know about it because you're not marketing it. So create a list of friends, family, influencers, people that you know who would potentially help you promote your release as well. And you can just send these people one of the images or one of the videos, the little looping videos that you created, and say, hey, my track comes out in August on this day. Would you mind helping me by posting this on your whatever, Instagram, TikTok, doesn't matter, right? Again, I think you'd be surprised on the amount of people who would say, oh yeah, cool. Can I hear the track early? And then give them a taste of the track. People will want to support you, right? So just reach out. Another thing you can do, and this is optional, but I recommend it, is like scheduling a live stream or physical release party for your project. Just go live on Instagram, have fun. Don't put too much on it as far as pressure and imposter syndrome and all the things we go through. Just don't think about it. Go outside of your comfort zone and go live. And it is your release day. Finally, you've been working so hard up to this point, and now it is time to see the fruits of your labor grow in the sunshine. So you've worked really hard, and it's important to follow all these steps to ensure that you're doing things properly. So this means testing all the streaming links, going to Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud, Bandcamp, wherever you're putting music up, making sure the song is live, making sure all the links work properly before you start promoting the song and having people, say, hey, I can't find your song, or the wrong artist was tagged, or whatever might happen with these links. You should be updating your link in bio with all your streaming links. If you have a link tree, if you have a website, update all of those. Update your release on other platforms too, like Spotify and Bandcamp. So if you're releasing on through DistroKid on Spotify and Apple Music, put it on SoundCloud, put it on Bandcamp, put it everywhere you can. Update your Spotify artist banner and your profile picture, which we created already, and upload your Spotify Canvas video, which we created already. You should be updating your release day posts to social media and announcing your drop. You should pin and highlight your videos, share them to your stories, send out the emails that you crafted from the previous page, and remember to engage. Reply to every comment, and just don't do fire emojis. Just actually thank people from your heart. Man, thank you so much for listening, and start a conversation. Repost fan engagement, post some polls like, do you like this song? Does this ruin ice cream for you? Whatever. And do a live stream and all the things that we talked about. And that's it. That's the whole process of releasing a project properly. You did it. It's not easy. It's personal. It's vulnerable. It's a ton of work. If you made it to the end of this manifesto, you're ahead of 90% of the other artists out there that are just putting music out and not promoting it properly. So, respect. You can download this PDF in the description below or at supertight.co. It's free, it's simple, and it might be the difference between a project that gets ignored or a project that changes everything. Use it, tag me at supertightwoody on socials, and let me know how your release goes. Thank you for listening. Now, go create.